Hey guys, what's going on? It's Junior here, and we're bringing you another video for co-op in this game. This is My Hero Academia, the strongest hero. Last time I did some PvP video, help you out, like, kind of like navigate around PvP and whatnot. This time I wanted to show you guys co-op in this game. This co-op is 3 players or 9 players. 9 players is for the raid, which is called Team Up. I don't have that unlocked. A lot of people have not really shown any kind of videos. You're not going to see much of it yet. Of course, you'll see more of it later, most likely. It's a 3-person team per leg type of event. So pretty much you're gonna have 9 players in there. You're gonna have 3 people in one leg, 3 people in another leg, 3 people in another leg. You're gonna coordinate like who's gonna fight which boss, and it's pretty cool. It's a lot of coordination. Definitely want to be like in a voice call for that, because it's make a kind of a headache if you don't. So this this is gonna be really good. I'm not sure what the drops are for that one yet, but we'll see that in the future. I'll do a video just for that in particular. Now we also have the office. The office, it has a lot going on. Okay. So the office you could do 5 times a day, and based off of what the version of the office is, it will have buffs for certain characters. So you will want to check this to see like, hey, maybe if I have this character, I'll bring them along. Maybe I'll slap some gear on them. They'll be good to go and whatnot. So that's kind of one of the things you'll do with this. So you'll probably hop into office with people, get a group together, like have your top 3 strongest characters together with you. You want to use your weakest character first, because you can only use a character so many times before it makes you use the next character. So keep that in mind for the office. Another thing that it'll do is that based off of how many times a week you'll do it, you'll get a chest. This chest will have different things in it. So if you do a certain amount, it'll say, hey, boom, you got this many offices done this week. This is the chest you'll get. If I do a little bit more, hopefully I'll get a gold star version, or I can get oranges. So this is kind of like what your goal is. You want to do office X amount of time a week to hopefully get your best chest. Other thing that this will show you is like every time you do this, you'll get like rewards, like upgrade materials for your account gear. You'll get, certain milestone rewards where you can like upgrade different kind of things on your gear. This is purely for gearing your account, because there's no character gear, just account gear gadgets that you can put on there. Also, it will tell you like a little thing about the bosses. It'll tell you like what kind of moves they do for each different version, depending on which level you go to. And then the other thing too, it will be, this is an escalation based thing. So when you go into the office, every time you do the office and you clear a level, it will escalate the fight. And so based off of the escalation, it will tell you like what you're gonna run into. Of course, this is all in Chinese and I can't read it right now, and most likely it'll be translated in English when the global version comes out. So you'll see it at that point. But pretty much, if you want to like have the information for it, it's all right here. You can kind of see like, hey, what does this symbol mean? Oh, okay, this means like 20% more defense and attack or something. I don't know. But that's kind of like how that kind of is set up. So you can use these tabs right here to kind of figure out what's going on in here. You'll see how long the event will last for, and how what kind of level checkpoint you'll have. And so when you go in here, you'll be able to like match make and choose like, hey, I want to do this key. Boom, it now tells you like, hey, we're in the 30 rank. This is like office 1. So I can use my weakest character here. Pretty much I would be like, hey, I'm gonna use like Red Riot, right? This is my homie. This is my dude right here. But I'm gonna use him for this one because this is the weakest one, and because I can only use him so many times. I can only use like once or twice, and then I have to use another character like once or twice, and then you keep on going higher and higher until you hit the 5th version for the day, and then boom, you're good to go. Now this will increase significantly every time you will clear a level. So, and as you see, there's no buffs yet. Remember those random buffs that we showed you? There's no buffs for level. So this is like completely regular enemies. And then once you go to the next level, I'll have a first buff, and then you'll go so on and so forth. So up to 5 or 4 buffs because of 5 times that you're going to do this thing. So you pretty much get a group together, just go through it. A lot of times there's people that are like super high level, at least on the Taiwan version, where like they just come in one shot everything. I'm like, yay, thanks. But it's like one of those things. And you can invite people that are randomly, like just sitting around. If there's people randomly sitting around in a queue for this, or you can like bring your friends in if they're online, or your people from your guild. You can bring all those people in, and it'll show you here who has buffs for what. So this is kind of how this mode works right here. Then you have the Allied Assault mode. This right here, you can do 1 time a day, and you can only collect rewards 3 times a week. So you don't have to do this every single day. This is one of those like, hey, let me hop on real quick, let me do one of these. It's also tiered just like the other co-ops. All of the co-ops are tiered like this. And you'll be able to get chips. These chips are very important for your characters. This gives you your character extra stats. They might increase one of your passives or whatnot, or one of your skills. And then also if you get the 3-piece of the purples or higher rarity, then it will give you an extra passive. So like some characters will have like 10% more attack, or like 5% more running speed, or whatever, you know, like some kind of like boost by having them, like, or like I think Red Riot has like 30% defense buff, for example. But when you go in here, you get to this screen, you'll see like right here, like, hey, I can do 1 time a day. I have only collected 1 time this week so far, and I can choose a difficulty. I can go in here and say, hey, I know I have 16,000 power characters. I can potentially risk trying this right here. It'll probably be orange for me, difficulty, but you know, it's good to go. I should be able to clear it. So I can be like, hey, I want to do this one. But I currently like say like right now, I'm like, oh, I only have 13,000. Boom, I do this one. So you do as high as you can with your group, and you go in there and you queue. It's the same kind of queue looking thing. You go in here, boom, accept the queue, and it's going to tell you, hey, this is how strong the characters need to be at least. You can set it up again once here. You can, if you needed to change it, you can invite people in. You can invite people based off of the like how the difficulty, so people can queue that way. And once again, it'll give you chips, which you can use the chips, or you can feed the chips if you don't need them, and to make the purples or the whatever higher rarity you have stronger. And you also get EXP chips that you can feed into the things. So it's pretty much all what you need for upgrading your characters. Then you have another mode called emergency. This right here, you have to do like dailies or like any kind of fight, like anything. You just do fights. Eventually this will proc. Once this procs, you have like 8 hours to get 2 friends to do this. Either friends, or you can do like, there's a matchmaking thing, so you can do that too. Or you can get your people in your league, which is your guild. You can get those people in there. You could do 1 emergency for yourself, right? So you'll be the party leader for 1 emergency, and then 2 of them you can be a match made friend. So that's what this other 2 of 2 is. So you have 2 times you can help somebody, and then 1 time you have to do it for yourself. So you can do emergency 3 times a day. So pretty much what you do is you get 2 friends and you just knock out all the emergencies back to back, and then GG. You know, it's really quick, really easy. Some of these fights are like, they're like real fast fights. They're like, they'll be like, hey, save these, you know, the hostages. And you can have like one person just like literally fight, and other person just save all the hostages. GG, you're done. Or it'll be like, hey, fight a Nomu. Then all of you guys just beat up on a Nomu. Or there's one that's like tower defense style, and it's like, hey, defend this teleport before all the league members get away, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of like what you do, but you'll get gear for that too. Now, if you're looking at what kind of things you'll get out of it, it is going to either be account gear, which you put into a thing. You don't have individual gear on your characters like other gacha games. It's just straight up for your account. So you have like penetration rate and attack on your gloves, and crit rate on your helmet, and crit damage on your chest, for example. That's usually the stats you'll get on those. And you can slap, if you get the highest like rank of items, slap it on there, and then it will give you those stats. And then based off of, some of them will be different. Some of them have like other substats that are like unique. So if you're like trying to build a very particular build, like, hey, I want to use Momo, so I want to have like really, really high HP for my characters because of the way her quirk works and all that stuff like that, then you can actually have a set for that, slap it on there. It'll be technically for that character, but it'll help everybody out. Everybody will get those stats. So that's kind of how you'll manipulate this. You can upgrade these pieces. You can upgrade the slots themselves, get upgraded, and that is permanent. You keep that. So like this slot right here is level 30, and I can go higher, and I can just like spend these mats on it to get it higher. And then this right here will actually upgrade the star on the items, but this, like, all those stats can transfer to a new piece. So I can sit there and 5-star up an item. I can overclock the item 3 times to get it 3 new stats. And then I can like get a new item that like, hey, this one's a higher tier, transfer this item over to it, and then I can level up that one too. So that's kind of the cycle from how I understand it. I was trying to read the translations from Chinese. And then also we have this right here, which this is remodeling. And so pretty much what you could do is you can add more stats. You can just literally just straight up plus a gear piece. So you can like +5 it or whatever. And every time you like level it up, it'll get like more damage on top of it. So it'll be like, hey, these stats get raised, also 5% more damage, 10% more damage, 15% more damage. So that's kind of how this works. It's pretty awesome because you only have to just set it one time really and kind of forget it. And then like eventually you just kind of get like, oh, I got new pieces, and then go in there and just upgrade the pieces. And then the other pieces that you'll get, other drops, are the cards. You can get these to drop. These can be a lot lower rarity. Obviously, you can get like grays, greens, blues, purples, and then hopefully oranges and golds. But you pretty much, you get these are going to give you passives on your characters, and this will help you out. And if you have a 2-piece set like this one right here, for example, the 2-piece set, I get 30 more attack on my character. So that's something kind of cool to actually have. So these ones all have some kind of set to them. So, and then this side right here is for assists. Assists, they're super rare. You barely ever see them. There's like assists like Mount Lady. You can get All Might assists, all that kind of stuff, but they're like really rare. You won't see them very, very often. But what you can do when you do get certain cards to drop and say you don't need them, you're like, why am I gonna farm a bunch of ones I don't need? You just go in here and you can combine them. Once you get 4 of them, you have the best chance possible to get the next rarity. So if you have anywhere from gray to blue, and you put 4 of them in there, it's guaranteed to go to the next one. Once you get the purple, you put 4 purples in there, it's a 50% chance to get a 5-star. So that one's kind of risky, but all the ones before that, you can load up your account with like a ton of purples on characters, and you're good to go like really quick. These are really easy and fast to get if you just do your dailies with your co-ops. And then the other part is the chips. Or I was talking about earlier, remember, you get three chips right here, and you'll be able to get a passive. So Deku will get like 10% more attack or something like that, right? So that's kind of how that works. You get these chips, slap them on there. You're gonna get a bunch of chips for a lot of characters. And like, I don't even have Endeavor, or I don't have Shigaraki or Jiro, none of those characters. But when I do get them, I have chips for them, and this is how you farm it. And you can, some of the chips you'll notice will have 3 stats on them. Some of them will have 2 stats on them. That's why you would farm over and over again, potentially to get higher amount of stat values on the character, on the things. Maybe you get a better chip. All of a sudden you're like, oh, I got the best chip ever. Boom, add that to your character and level it up, and you're good to go. You can go, every chip goes up to level 10. So you'll do this. You'll be able to, if you want to level these up, you can feed your excess chips and your XP things to them. So that's kind of like what I would do. So I'm kind of, I've been going through and just putting them in there. So that's the whole cycle of the co-op stuff. This is why the co-op stuff is important. This is what you kind of do with it. Big things to take away: you can only use your characters so many times in co-op, so plan accordingly. And a lot of the timers for co-ops are like huge, so you have like hours, and you have like the whole week to do like 3 co-ops of a certain type. So keep that in mind when you're getting together to your guilds. Leagues are going to be very important. If you guys need people to play with, hit me up in Discord. Discord link is below in the comments. You'll be able to join us, and we can actually go ahead and just knock these out. So this is very helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, drop some comments below. I hope you liked the video. Also subscribe potentially, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you.